It has been about a year since we first almost got to F9, but it's about to come out. How do you feel about that?
Feels great. When we first shut down, it was really hard just because our crew is around the world, you know, and to be able to kind of go through that together. And I'm still kind of blown away at the crew and how they just kind of worked through it. It was amazing to me.
Let's get to work.
And the fact that we're here now talking means that we're very close to be able to share it with the world the right way, you know, which is to go to cinemas and be in a room with strangers and we can laugh together and cheer together.
Yeah, cheering is right. I mean, I have a tradition of going to watch the Fast movies opening weekend in IMAX with my friends. And it is like the most exciting thing to do it in a theater. So I'm really glad that, you know, once people feel comfortable and are vaccinated and stuff and they're able to go, they can view it in a way that I imagine you and the rest of the team like want people to experience the movies. So it's been about, 8 years since you last directed a Fast series, which is Fast and Furious 6. Why is now the right time for you to come back for Fast 9 and Fast 10, the follow-up to this?
It's interesting because when I left, I thought that was it. There was 4 movies. I did everything I wanted to do. But I've shared the story before. But it was I had this show Warrior in South Africa in Cape Town, and on the way back home, these Fast fans stopped me and they were talking to me about what they like, what they didn't like, all this stuff. And I was like, great, thank you. I haven't been part of Fast in a while. Johannesburg, London, New York, and LA, every stop, somebody else would stop me. And now looking back, I think something happened because like a couple of months after that, I woke up, with this idea of like, wow, there's still something about family that we haven't explored. And that became the inspiration for this final chapter. And I called up Vin, I called up the studio, and they're like, let's do it. And boom, it was very organic.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm very excited to see what is coming up for the family.
The world has a way of changing, but there's one thing that always stays the same.
Something that's been amazing about every Fast movie, but every time there are action sequences that just upgrade and get more crazy and exciting and adventurous. Can you tease one of the action sequences that we're going to see in Fast 9 that you think are going to completely blow people out of the water?
It's really interesting because, I remember making Tokyo Drift and I was like, man, there's a lot of action in this movie. And then the trailer comes out, you're like, wait a minute, like it's all like everything's being used. And so like I've gotten very good at like making sure that we can give you everything in the trailers, but there's still a ton of stuff that we haven't shared.
No.
The thing that always surprises me is that we can't have these action sequences unless we really are connected with the characters emotionally. And so I didn't think about this until like recently talking to Vin, is that, I think when we first all got together and we made a commitment to say, hey, if we're lucky enough to make another one, let's not do the same thing. Let's keep evolving,
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like recently I was talking to Michelle and she was saying how like, oh, well, like, we're the guys that are on the other side of the track. We represent the people from the other side of the track. And I thought, it's kind of true, like I think growing up, if I say I want to be a filmmaker, people are like, you're crazy, right?
Yeah.
Vin, I think, went through his own journey. Michelle went through her own journey. And we all kind of somehow managed and kind of got a film in Sundance, or they made a film that went to Sundance. And it was cool that like we all kind of met up and now we had this shared journey, I think there is a part of us that feels like just when you think you know who we are and you want to label us, we're going to try to push past that. And we're going to always be, just testing the boundaries and seeing if we can earn that next step.
Well, I am very excited to see what that next step is in action sequences and for the family and for you and the rest of the cast. I cannot wait for F9 finally come out June 25th in theaters.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that was new.
This is my legacy.